learning what theater is really about, I have to thank a few people. Number one, my choreographer, Tess, she's done so much for me, and it would be impossible not to do a show without her. My stage manager, but also my sister, Amalia and Georg, she made my job so easy. Ms. Heschman for letting us use this space and creating me up to be an amazing student to actually be able to get to direct my own show. And most importantly, my mom. Without her, none of this would be possible. We have 4 exits. And bathrooms is down the hall to the left. Thank you, everybody, and please enjoy She Loves Us.
We're a parfumerie. That means we're stylish, that's it. With quiet dignity, yes. And we get the tilt of our hats right.
That's right.
When I ride my bike, you'll see what Americans like. So I think it's very important that I look my best.
And how many people did you run over today?
Not one.
Well, it's early.
Oh, here comes Miss Ritter.
Oh?
She spent the night with Mr. Kodai.
Yeah.
They always kiss goodbye at the newsstand, then she walks around the block to make us think she's been home.
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this glorious day? We see the lovely morning.
Never.
It's too nice a day to be inside shuffling so. I have no more energy whatsoever. Anybody mind if I take the day off? Arpad, why aren't you old enough to take me away from all of this?
I'm old enough.
Then marry me, and I'll quit my job. No, I'm afraid you're not quite old enough.
It won't be long. I'm catching up. There was war back home used to say I can turn 35 before you ever did.
Mr. Kodai.
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this radiant day? What a rare magnificent morning.
Is it?
Good morning, my dear. How are you this wretched day? Do you know you've never looked more exquisite?
Thank you, kind sir.
What a lovely dress.
It's the same as you had on yesterday, Mr. Kodai.
Mr. Novak.
Good morning, good day. That beautiful sky, perfect setting summer weather. It's too nice a day to be indoors counting out change. What a waste of holiday weather all together. Let's all run away.
Wouldn't it be something if we all took off from work?
Leaving Mr. Ramachek without a single clerk.
Or not have a picnic.
I could bring my life to.
Champagne might be nice with content.
A picnic.
Well. Was the chicken the usual success? Last night, we weekly dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Marichek.
Oh, yes, yes.
You talked to Mr. Marichek about replacing you for that?
I mentioned it, you know. Absolutely not, after all, with business the way it's
Yes, but it's bound to pick up now that Hammerschmidt's is closed.
Did you ever try our hand cream?
I wonder if it's any good.
Good, my dear woman. My wife has been using their products for years.
In fact,
I have often wondered why theirs is so much better than everyone else's.
You should know, Mr. Marichek.
Good morning, Mr. Marichek.
Good day.
that looks like business is picking up.
Laszlo, I got another letter today.
From her? Did she say anything about meeting face to face?
We're going to, very soon, but just listen to this. Dear friend, yesterday morning I ran through the rain to the post office. I had a key in my hand, the key to box 1433. Trembling, I opened the door and looked inside, and oh, my dear friend, there you were. I took you out, held you in my hand for a moment, and then I sat down, gently opened you, and read you.
Mr. Miklos, could you spare me one of your stomach pills?
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Thank you. You know whose fault this is?
No, sir.
Yours!
Mine.
Every time you come to dinner, Mrs. Marichek tries to fatten you up. She has to cook, make dumplings and cream gravy. And what happens? You stay thin And I get heartburn.
Sorry, Mr. Merrick.
George, it's time you were married. Haven't you had enough of living in furnished rooms, running around to cabarets and dance halls?
Mr. Merrick, I haven't been to a dance hall.
I know what you bachelors are like. Remember, I was once one myself. And what a bachelor. Young, strong. Oh, I was something in days gone by. With some girl who just happened to catch my eye. Sudden strokes, light on my feet, skimming the ground. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, follow the beat. Around, around, around. All night, circling the floor till dawn lit up the sky. No one younger than I in days gone. And then I met Mrs. Merrick, and ever since I've been only with her. I bet you think that's incredible.
No, Mrs. Merrick.
Young, strong, oh, I was something in days gone by.
In fact, this is a terrible dance.
Wait,
With my hands.
so light on my feet,
Always been bad on my feet.
just skimming the ground. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, follow the beat. Around, around, around. Miss Ritter.
Relax. Go back to me, back to me.
Smile. That's it, Mr. Nomad.
And spin me around and go back to me, back to me. That's it, George.
All night circling the floor, till dawn lit up the sky. No one younger than I in days gone. Take my advice. Find yourself one person to dance with. It isn't necessary to change the one that's every now and then. Or even every other night. You only think it is. Oh, here it is.
What?
A little surprise for you.
What is it?
A genuine leather box. Wait. Listen. Isn't that lovely? Here, you try.
What else does it do?
What do you mean, what else? It's a genuine leather musical cigarette box and only 10 and 6. How's that for a bargain?
But who will buy that?
I can see you're in a difficult mood today. Now, let's ask some of the other people around here, give their honest opinions. Mr. Kodai,
Yes, sir.
will it sell?
I can't imagine why not, sir. I'd even go further. I think it'll make music lovers out of cigarette smokers and cigarette smokers out of music lovers.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, George, I'll make you a bet. I'll bet you 10 and 6 will sell the first of these boxes within 1 hour.
Well, I certainly don't want to take your
10
money.
and 6, 1 hour. No more, no less. Is it a bet?
Well,
Oh, he's not so confident now, is he?
you know what? It's a bet.
You will pay through the nose. You will pay through the nose. Good day, madam. May I help you?
I'd like a large tube of Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa cold cream. Certainly, madam.
Is 74 the largest size or is there a larger?
Oh, we also have the 9 and 6.
I'd like to see it.
Of course. This is a genuine leather musical cigarette.
Does she carry flowers spread in a 1 ounce bottle?
The 1 ounce bottle? Certainly, madam. Mr. Sipos, your customer.
This way, man.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
We want to see about returning a jar of sour face cream.
Sour face cream. Mr. Goodeye, your customer.
Right this way, madam.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
No. Yes.
We have a complete stock of perfumes, soaps, shampoos,
No.
Bath oils, bath salts, cold creams, face creams, nail polishes, brushes, hard, soft, and medium.
No.
Toilet water, perhaps. There's a special this week only on Fouchi's of Italy. I'll show it to you.
Thursday, I'll stop by the way then.
Sounds great, madam.
Thank you, madam. Please call again to call again, madam.
Let me spray a little on your hand.
No.
No?
Actually, you see, I'm not going to buy any. Not today, I'm not going to buy anything. Is Mr. Marichek here?
He's in the back room.
Could I speak to him, please?
Perhaps I can help you.
I don't think so.
Well, you see, Mr. Marichek is very busy right
Oh,
now.
then I'll wait. Really, I don't mind. I'll just sit somewhere quietly and wait till he's free.
May I ask the nature of your business?
I think I'd better speak to Mr. Marichek personally.
Very well. May I have your name?
Balash. Amalia Balash.
Very well, Ms. Balash. I'll let him know that you're here.
Oh, just one thing. The woman who used to work here, Miss Horvath, the one who's having a baby, she hasn't been replaced yet, has she?
Ma'am, are you looking for a job?
No. I guess you could call it that. I'm a very good salesgirl, really. Very good. And I know this business inside and out. I worked at Hammerschmidt's 5 years. 5 years and 8 months, and they were always very satisfied with me. I have a letter here from Mr. Hammerschmidt himself, and it's somewhere here. It says, Miss Balash is honest, dependable, dedicated. Oh, dedicated! She has an abundance of these qualities which go toward making a superior salesperson. I highly recommend her. Signed, Herman Hammerschmidt. Oh, here.
Well, I'm sure it's just as you say, but I'm afraid we're just not replacing Miss Horvath right now. So if you'd like to leave your name...
Balash, Amalia Balash.
Yes, and if anything should come up...
I'd like to speak to Mr. Marichek, please.
Well, I'm afraid if it's only about a job...
Please.
I'm sorry, it just can't be done.
What can't be done? At Marichek's, nothing is impossible. Perhaps I can help you.
She wants a job.
What?
I know this business, inside and out.
I'm
I
sorry.
I have a letter from Mr. Hammerschmidt himself.
It's out of the question.
I'm honest, dependable, dedicated.
Really, George? Why can't you handle this sort of thing without calling me in?
I'm a very good...
If you'll excuse me.
I really am. I'm very good. Aren't these marvelous boxes? And only 10 and 6. Can you imagine?
What are they for?
Oh. Candy.
Candy?
Oh, I guess, madam, it's the latest thing, and just look at the workmanship.
Useful candy box?
Oh, why, certainly, madam. It combines the 3 elements of good taste. Attractive to the eye, attractive to the ear, and, functional.
Functional.
How? Let me tell you. This little box has been a lifesaver for many, many women who have the slight tendency to overweight. And don't we all? We sit there reading a good book or listening to a symphony. Without realizing it, our hand slips into the candy box. We become indiscreet, eating sweet after sweet. Oh, we know all too well where that may lead. So this box was designed with the 2 of us in mind as the kind of reminder we need. When you raise the lid, the music plays like a decent moving on, and it sings in your ear, no more candy, my dear. In a way, it's a little like the voice of God.
I'll take it.
Thank you, madam.
Right this way, madam. That'll be 3 and 8 for the large jar of face cream.
And 10 and 6 for the box. Oh, thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
You're hired, Miss.
Balash. Amalia Balash.
Welcome to Marichek's. Mr. Novak.
14 and 4, 14 and 5, and 15.
Your packages, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Please call again to call again, madam. do hope you've forgiven me about a little misunderstanding last night. I just can't bear it when we go. Can you, darling? Truthfully.
Go to hell.
Dear friend, with November just around the corner, I'm feeling you may also share. You feel an undertone of discord and a sense of tension in the air.
Mr. Novak, must the sidewalk always be covered with leaves?
No, sir, but Mr. Marichek! Mr. Marichek! If it weren't for your endearing letters, I'd be flying south with all the geese. By the way, have you read War and Peace?
Good morning, Mr. Novak.
Oh, I see you're on time today, Miss Balash. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Well, I'm not disappointed. Far from it, in fact. Let's just say I'm surprised.
They always argue. Why is that? Simple chemical reaction. You see when two people like each other very much.
They like each other?
I think so.
They like each other very much? Well, don't you think we should tell them?
My boy, they would never believe us.
Dear friend, have you set your calendar for Tuesday when we bring this chapter to a close?
When I meet my lady of the letters, whose tiny face is in her oars, in the freezing weather of December, I'll be warmly waiting for your date. Until then, count the hours. Oh, I'm late for work. I'm late. Good morning. Good morning. Am I very late? Did Mr. Novak say anything? Where is he? Oh, in the workroom. You're all new. The shoes, the dress, the hat. Top to bottom. I'm surprised you recognized me. Do I look all right? Lovely. Wonderful. Very nice. Lovely.
Yes.
It took me 3 hours to get dressed. That's why I'm so late.
I have a feeling our little Miss Balash is in love, and you have a rendezvous with him this evening.
And how do you know that?
Oh, Mr. Kodai is an expert on love, which is really quite remarkable considering he's never been in it.
Good morning, Miss Balash.
He didn't yell at me. What's wrong with him? He has other people in his mind. Mr. Marriage is very upset. He is. Again, you know he gets the worst of it.
Mr. Novak!
Yes, sir?
You see what this is?
Yes.
You know what it is?
Of course, it's a tube of Moni's cold cream.
Here, let's see you try it.
The back came off.
I was under the impression, Mr. Novak, that it was your responsibility to see the tubes are correctly filled. If that responsibility is too much for you. Or is there something wrong with the tubes? Are they defective?
No, sir, I don't think they are.
You don't think so? Well, then it wouldn't be asking too much for the cream to come out the right end, would it?
No, sir, it wouldn't be asking too much.
Thank you, Mr. Novak. That is all I wanted to know. George.
George! There's still one at least on your coat.
Thanks, Laszlo.
Oh, geez, you're so nervous. You're practically vibrating.
Well, it's a new suit. You know, I've never worn it to work before.
Oh, what's the occasion?
It's the biggest ever. I'm meeting her tonight.
Face to face at last?
Face to face at last.
Oh, that's wonderful. I just hope she lives up to your expectations.
Can I tell you something, Ladislav? I hope she doesn't. I mean, I hope she isn't as beautiful as I think she is, or as brilliant as I think she is. Because what will she think of me? A very ordinary clerk in a very ordinary shop, and a terrible liar.
A liar?
You know, the things I wrote in those letters,
You lied?
certainly exaggerated.
No wonder you're vibrating.
I'm nervous and upset because this girl I've never met. I get to meet tonight at 8. I'm taking her to dinner at a charming little cafe that we can eat tonight at 8. It's early in the morning and our date is not till 8 o'clock tonight, but get ready, I can see what a nightmare this whole day will be. I haven't slept a wink, I only think of our Fouchi tete-a-tetes tonight at 8. I feel a combination of depression and elation. What a state to wait till 8. 3 more minutes, 2 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. In spite of all I've written, she may not be very smitten, and my hopes perhaps may all collapse kaput tonight at 8. I wish I knew exactly how I'll act and what will happen when we dine tonight at 8. I know I'll drop the silverware, but will I spill the water or the wine tonight at 8? Tonight I'll walk right up and sit right down beside the smartest girl in town, and then it's anybody's guess. My imagination, I can hear our conversation taking shape tonight at 8. I'll sit there saying absolutely nothing, or I'll jabber like an 8 tonight at 8. 2 more minutes, 3 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. I'll know what this is done if something's ended or begun, and if it goes alright, who knows? I might propose tonight at 8.
Oh, this is fun. I love Christmas routing. It certainly is a pleasant change. You know, for the past month I've done practically nothing but fill those darn tubes of Mona Lisa. Oh. Well, what do you care? You're in love with some nice, eligible young man. Pretty soon you'll be able to kiss all of this goodbye. Tell me all about him. What's he like? I love to suffer. Well, is he tall? So-so. 6 feet, 5 feet. I never met him. Color of hair? Ooh, color of eye. Sandy hair, not really light, not really dark. And the eyes? Bluish, greenish, brownish. A little. Is he handsome? It's difficult to say. I mean, at times he is, and then again, at times he isn't. Well, Bill? Average. Do you want to be some good advice? Don't lose him in a crowd. Why? Well, why am I such an unconvincing liar? The truth is, I've never met him. Ever, really. Never? That's why I don't know if he's tall, wide, short, narrow, pink, green, or even what his name is. You mean all this fuss is just for a blind date? My God, you're even more desperate than I am. It's not a blind date. I know him. How? Letters. Many, many letters. You belong to a Lonely Hearts Club? I've never done that sort of thing. I used to read the advertisements in the papers. Well, who hasn't? Young man wants young lady wants young man. But I never took them seriously. Until one day, I saw his advertisement. Even then, I tried not to answer it, really, but it just kept calling out to me. He could be 75. The advertisement says young man. You don't even ask for a photograph? I don't know his name or what he looks like, but I have a much more certain guide. I can tell exactly what he looks like inside.
I'm looking for the Christmas decorations. I don't see them.
Well, you see, we haven't started them yet. I meant to talk to you about it.
I'm sick and tired of you running up to me like a baby on every little matter that comes up.
Mr. Marichek, that is not fair.
Kindly inform all the employees they'll have to say this tonight. Now, is that clear even to you?
Yes, it's perfectly clear, but I'm afraid I can't make it tonight. I've got an appointment. I can say tomorrow night, Thursday night, and Friday.
That won't be necessary. I can assure you, we'll get along splendidly without you. That is all. Thank you.
Mr. Marichek, that's not all. For the past month, I can't seem to do anything right. Everything's changed around here. What is it? Is it me? Is it you? If my work's bad now, then it's been bad for the past 15 years. Why the hell did you wait till now to start telling me?
How dare you raise your voice in this shop? Clumsy idiot.
Thank you, madam. Please call again. Call again.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
I had to stop that argument before you did something foolish like signing.
I'm not sure I appreciate that.
I didn't do it for you, George. I did it for me. Who knows, your successor might take one look at me and ask himself, what's that oaf doing in this fancy perfumery?
You're a very good clerk, Laszlo.
Oh, I am an idiot. But at least I'm an idiot with a job. Call me fool. That's alright with me. Here's my rule. Never disagree. Where's my pride? So long ago. Deep inside, where it doesn't show. I'll be scraping my black his prices. See what like genuflect? How do I remain so calm and cheerful? How do I retain my peace of mind? And I just explain my rationale. It's all in your perspective. Listen to an old Hungarian philosophy. I will need one of several named rather small perfumes, which is one of many in the city. Which is one of many cities in this country, which is one of many countries that are on this continent, of which there are 7 on this not-so-special planet, which is one of several in the solar system, which is one of many solar systems in this vast and incomprehensible affair that is the universe. Oh. So in this infinite, incomprehensible scheme, if not called marriage history aspect, called Miklos. What on earth does it matter? So call me fool. That's alright with me. Here's my never disagree. Where's my pride? Small long ago. Deep inside, where it doesn't go. Just maintaining perspective, and it's easy to avoid a clash of wills. Just maintain perspective and make sure you're well supplied with stomach bills. Let me go to me. I'm a coward with a wife and children to support. Actually, my creed is short and simple. 5 essential words, George. Not lose your job.
Miss Ritter? Miss Ritter?
What?
This is going to be a charge. Here's the lady's name.
What's the name after such a long conversation? No telephone number?
I don't need it. She's got mine.
While I have you all here, Mr. Marichek wants everyone to stay late tonight
Why?
to work on Christmas decorations, all right?
I guess so.
Of course.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Mr. Novak? Mr. Novak, I can't stay.
Why not?
I've got a date. Oh, you know I've got a date.
I know no such thing.
How can you say that? Why do you think I'm wearing these new clothes? To trim a tree in?
Well, I'm only following Mr. Marichek's instructions.
I can't stay.
You're not being very cooperative, Miss Balash.
Well, why did he have to pick this one night? Or did you pick it, Mr. Novak, because you knew I had an appointment? Thank you, madam. Please call again to call again, madam. You know, I find it quite depressing that someone can hate me that much.
I do not hate you, Miss Balash. But until you came here, this was a happy, peaceful place. Now the whole atmosphere's changed. You know? Everyone's cranky. Mr. Marichek's on the warpath.
That's not my fault.
And the Mona Lisa's coming out the wrong end of the tube.
And that's not my fault. Is it?
You've been filling them.
According to your instructions.
Very well. Let's not argue about it now. Can we have a truce?
Oh, anytime, Mr. Novak. After all, you're the one who always starts things.
Oh, I'm the one.
You've always incensed me from the first day I came here, and I made you lose that bet to Mr. Marichek for what was it? 10 and 6? To think someone could hate me so much just for 10 and 6?
That is
Or
nonsense.
was it your male pride that was wounded because I went over your head? Men always do seem to resent things
I do
like
not resent you.
Oh, yes, you do.
For heaven's sake, I do not resent you. But if I did, I would have a very good reason. Can you deny you hadn't worked here 2 weeks before you started making very public, very humiliating remarks about me?
Only because you were going around calling me Miss Amalia Balash. Miss Amalia Balash. Do you think I liked that?
You think I liked you criticizing my socks, my ties, my fingernails?
Much better.
That must be the rudest, the most difficult, worst-tempered girl in the world.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to see the resentence, sir.
Ah, Mr. Novak. Hard at work as usual, I see. Have you made the arrangements about tonight?
Yes, sir. Mr. Seapost, Miss Ritter, Mr. Kodak can stay in our pad, of course.
What about Miss Balash?
Miss Balash, well, she has an appointment.
An appointment? Well, I guess you can hardly prevail upon her to stay when you're not going to.
Any other night, Mr. Marichek.
There seem to be a great many of things, Mr. Novak, that interest you far more than your position here.
Mr. Marichek, I am devoted to this shop. I couldn't work any harder, even if I owned it.
If you owned it! Well, let me tell you something, my young friend. No matter what you do, you will never get your hands on this shop. Never. Not if I have to come down from heaven and stop you myself. Is that clear?
Yes, it's perfectly clear.
Now get away from me. Just get away.
I will get away, and permanently.
Can I take it as your resignation, Mr. Novak?
That's exactly what it is.
Very well. I accept it. Effective immediately. Miss Ritter will have your final pay.
Excuse me, is this the large size?
Large size.
Well, they get me the medium and I have it all day.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to take a Castile soap and a powder coat shampoo. These girls say on that we have a hair net. Bubble back, brush your charge for the Mona Lisa. When you get the hair, I still don't look where you leave it.
This should be good news for you, Miss Balash. Very good news. I won't be far. I just quit my job.
Why?
As a matter of fact, I didn't have much of a choice.
I don't know what to say.
Then don't say anything.
I
Especially not that you're sorry. Let's not enter
could I if he's got them?
Miss Britt is wondering if you have icicles.
Icicles. Please tell her that's all I've been getting from her for several weeks.
Okay. He says.
I heard him. Why else would I be laughing so uncontrollably?
Seapost, what do you think of a woman who goes out with a man and tells him she loves him, and then suddenly drops him?
Before you answer that, Laszlo, what do you think of a man who breaks 3 dates with a girl in a little over a week?
A little over a week?
8 days.
I don't recall 3 dates.
You don't recall anything you ever did.
You are so wrong, Ilona. I recall our evenings together. I recall them very well. Our private little booth at the Rathskeller. Remember? Come on, Ilona, let's go there tonight. We've always loved the Rathskeller, the Chinese food, the gypsy fortune teller, and that rumba band. Come on, Ilona. Come with me. Have you
You can all go home now. Go home.
But the work isn't finished yet.
We'll have to do it some other time.
Speaking for myself, Mr. Marichek, say I wouldn't mind staying a little longer. I'm in the rhythm of it now.
I want everyone out as quickly as possible. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Marichek.
It's only 9:30.
9:30.
Artifact! What? Good news. What? Mr. Marichek says that we can go. You've been reprieved.
Oh, you're all ready. I'll just be a minute. Arpad, will you bring me my things, please?
Ilona, this is going to be a bit difficult to explain, but I can take you to the Rathskeller after all. I can't help myself, darling. The fact is, I thought we were working here late tonight, so I canceled my previous appointment. But now we'll finish up early. I've just got to keep it. You understand, don't you, darling? I We'll go to the Rathskeller another night. Let's see. Tonight is Tuesday. How about next Monday? Alona? Chevy? Sweetheart?
I resolve not to play
Say it,
games. How often I've been a sitting duck for creating. How often I've let him shoot me down in fear. I resolve not to be so trusting. It's high time that I awoke. Whatever I've got up here is up here rusting. My feminine intuition is a joke. I must be cousin to a cat. I always wind up with a rat. I'm through with momentary thrills. I find I can't afford the bills. I resolve, come what may, I will not be this girl one more day. I resolve not to be so brainless. I resolve not to be so dumb. My usual brush with love is far from painless. And suddenly I have got to know how come. I resolve not to blame the others just because I'm an easy mark. I want to know why I never meet their mother. Where men are concerned, I'm always in the dark. I must stop looking at my skin. I will not be a man to live. That's someone stroked and put away until he gets the urge to play. I resolve here and now I will be a different
Laszlo, I've got to talk to you. Will you come with me to the Cafe Imperial tonight? It's urgent.
The Cafe Imperial?
She'll be sitting there, all alone, and on the table in front of her will be a copy of Anna Karenina with a rose in it.
Well, that's a very romantic picture, except for one thing.
One thing,
What am I doing there?
we're going to deliver her this letter, which explains that I've been called out of town and will write her as soon as possible.
She won't be disappointed?
She'd be more disappointed if she saw me the way I am tonight. Will you give that to her for me, please?
Of course.
And let's hurry. For all I know, she's got tired of waiting and went home long ago.
Mr. Keller?
Mr. Marichette,
Come here.
it's all clear.
Everyone's done.
As I told you on the phone, sir, we've completed our investigation.
Who sent this to you?
I'm afraid we don't know that. Anonymous letters are very difficult to track. We have checked its contents. I'm afraid there's no doubt. Your wife is involved with your theft.
Thanks. No doubt.
I'm sorry, sir.
I've known all along. I just had to be sure before.
Would you like us to do an investigation with Mr. Kodak?
Who?
Stephen Kodak, that's what I thought. Stephen Kodak, number 17 Court Street, second floor, Comments.
Kodak. It's just that he hardly knows Mrs. Marichette. And there's this other clerk here, clerk who's been to our house many times, and so I thought, I naturally
If
thought.
you'll read the report, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
Would there be anything else? I'll be saying good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Marichette here. No, I just feel a bit tired. Of course. Give her my best. No, I won't bring up. So you are. Bye-bye.
Check.
Go, Mr. Barrington!
Tap fingers, do that again. That's the end of your career. How do you do, sir? How do you do, madam? Don't you know we try to preserve a romantic atmosphere? Good to see you again, Mr. List. That's what all our patrons expect. So every jarring dose will be ruthlessly checked. Gently does it try to preserve a romantic atmosphere. Think of all the love affairs we see. What more noble calling is there than ours? Tending each new beautiful part of love, making sure each delicate seedling flowers. Treat each twist and
Rose.
What?
Rose, where is he?
It's been in my pocket all day. No. Just give her the letter, please. And thanks, Laszlo. I really appreciate this.
Son, this boy now will rest away.
No! Just give me the letter.
Let's at least take a look at her first. You look. Fine.
She's old and ugly and toothless, isn't she?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, there must be something wrong with her, terribly wrong.
What?
I can see it in your face.
Well, the fact is, she's a very attractive girl.
She really is?
Yep.
Oh, I understand.
Oh, well, that's a matter of personal opinion. Let's see. Who does she look like?
Maybe some film star?
I wouldn't go that far. She looks like someone at the shop.
In our shop.
Yes, you know who she looks like? Miss Amalia Balash. She looks really like her.
Miss Balash. Amalia Balash. But I thought you said attractive.
Well, I think so, but if you don't like her, you're certainly not going to care for this girl.
They're that similar?
Take a look for yourself. You're just going to leave her there?
What do you expect? I tell her I'm the poor fool who's written all those letters? She'd make me the laughing stock of the city.
How? She wrote some too? Dear friend, I took you out of the box, I cut you open, I read, and so on.
It's impossible.
What?
She never wrote those letters. She couldn't have.
So it's just a coincidence. It just so happens she likes this cafe. It just so happens she's reading Anna Karenina, and it just so happens she's using a rose as a bookmark in December.
But it's Miss Balash. I can't be in love with Miss Amalia Balash.
How do you know until you try?
I know her, Laszlo. There's something wrong. There's got to be.
Then talk to her and find out.
All right, fine. But she's not your friend. She's not. She can't be. Can't she? Miss Balash!
Oh!
Mr. Novak, what are you doing here?
I'm celebrating. How about you?
I'm waiting for someone.
Anyone in particular?
Well, of course. What kind of girl do you think I am? Never mind, Mr. Novak. I know.
May I sit down for a minute?
No, I'm afraid not.
Will it help me celebrate?
Celebrate?
My freedom, Miss Balash. You know, tomorrow's Wednesday, and I'll be able to sleep as late as I like.
Mr. Novak, I told you that chair happens to be reserved.
You won't have one quick drink with me.
I can't.
It's not one small farewell drink.
It's very small and very quick.
Thank you, Miss Balash. Well, here's to Marichek's Parfumerie, and all the people that work there, and all the people that used to work there, and all the customers.
And that covers everything.
Good wine.
Mr. Novak, are you spying on me?
Spying.
Did you come here to make sure I was really on a date? That I wasn't just inventing an excuse to not go to work tonight?
Miss Balash, who would I be spying for? Marichek?
Mr. Novak, if you don't leave this table immediately, I'm gonna have to call the waiter.
Yes, madam!
There you are.
May I put a word in? The Cafe Imperial is a rendezvous for lovers. Look around you. We try to preserve a romantic atmosphere, and I find that very difficult, madam, when you and your husband insist on fighting right in the middle of it. Can't you argue at home?
This is not my husband. This is a business associate.
Well, talk business someplace else, please.
You say you're meeting someone here, anyone you've known very long?
Mr. Novak, will you leave?
You know, it doesn't seem right for a man to keep a girl waiting all alone in such a public place.
Will you please leave?
Even if he's an old friend, a dear friend.
I don't wish to discuss it with you, Mr. Novak.
Miss Balash, do you realize we just found something in common? At one point, we were both infants.
Yes, but I grew up.
I think it's called Tango Tragedy.
What if he's already been here and seen us together and gone? I'll never forgive him.
Hey, what's this?
Put that back.
Anna Karenina.
Yes, it's a book. By Leo Tolstoy, a Russian now. Will you put it back, please?
What's
Oh,
this?
that's none of your business.
Miss Balash, is it possible you've never even met this man?
That's ridiculous.
Of course it is. And, you know, sometimes some women and some men do make appointments with strangers. Sometimes it turns out rather well. And on the other hand, sometimes it turns out not so well. I remember a girl I used to know. She began writing to someone through Lonely Hearts Club. They corresponded for a bit and then decided to meet. I seem to recall she was to have a flower in her book, and he was to have the same flower in his buttonhole. And they did recognize each other, I guess. The next day, the police found her left leg floating in the Danube. And you know, they never did find the rest of her, or her book.
At the count of 5, I'll scream. So you'd better go and soon. 1.
Miss Balash, I just want to talk to you.
Don't forget I've had some wine and nothing to eat since noon. 2.
Maybe we could get sandwich.
Daunting one's just arrived. All the depths of hell. If I had my way, you will know them well.
Miss Balash.
3. Glory to the most insensitive man alive. I'm sorry, but I'm fighting for my life. Over and halfway done. Then 5.
You're trying to ruin me! I want you back! That's all enough! Scream me like lunatics! That's all enough!
How dare you speak to a lady that way?
Ladies don't scream in cafes!
Well, I'm afraid you don't quite understand. You see, there was a fly in the wine. I said, a fly in the wine!
Where is it? Show it to me!
Well, I'm afraid that's quite impossible because you see, the lady swallowed it. Now, what did you scream?
Oh, good God!
Waiter!
Oh.
Really, Mr. Novak, no matter how much you may despise me or how unhappy you are, haven't you had enough revenge? I don't understand you.
Well, how could you? You've never really listened to me before. You've never even looked at me before.
How wrong you are, Mr. Novak. I'm looking at you right now, and shall I tell you what I see? A smug, pompous, petty tyrant, very sure of himself and very ambitious. But I see him 10 years from now selling shampoo. 20 years from now, selling shampoo. And 30 years from now, still selling shampoo because basically, do you know what he is? Just a not very bright, not very handsome, not very young man with balding hair and the personality of a python. Oh, Mr. Novak, I didn't mean all those things. Mr. Novak,
Don't call him. He'll come back. It's almost closing time.
oh, closing time, but I'm still waiting for someone. He'll have a rose in his lapel.
To match the one in your book. How late is he?
Over 2 hours.
You're a very patient young lady.
I've waited here all my life. What's 2 hours?
This one's on the house. For luck.
Thank you. You know, this is a very nice cafe.
We try to preserve a romantic atmosphere.
Flowers there, still I see, carefully chosen like me. A silver gleam and candles aglow, for
in there?
Well, I did everything you told me to.
You went to the shop?
Here's the key.
What? Tell them about last night.
That you shot yourself accidentally. You were cleaning your gun.
Good.
Oh, then I delivered your message to Mr. Novak. That is, I left him his landlady. He was out.
Very good.
There's something else. It's Balash's thing. Her mother came. She'll be in for her today. And that is everything.
Offhand, you're a credit to your profession.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You know, I'm not afraid of responsibility. I welcome it. In fact, I welcome a lot more.
I'll keep that in mind.
I just think Christmas is almost here, and all that Christmas shopping, we're going to be very short-handed in the shop.
We'll have to manage.
But one more click would certainly come in handy.
What is it? You know someone wants a job.
Mr. Marichek, you've got to stop thinking of me as just a delivery boy. In a suit, with a tie, I look old. And I've been training myself to be a sales clerk, training hard for 2 years.
You've been training.
I'm trained going shelf to shelf, and I know every item in a store, every tin, jar, box, bottle, carton, and container, where they are, what they cost, what they're for. Although it's something you have never thought about, it's marriage. Try me. You're the man who knows the business inside out. It's marriage. Never spoken, and why when I'm already broken? In this emergency, I wouldn't let you down to try me. Oh, I can see by the uncertain way you frown that you ask yourself, why me? For your first class, you're being cautious with me.
Cream is sour, very sour. Take it back.
You wish to return this jar, but I will certainly write you harm. Now you say it smells like a drowning cat. Ooh, does that character's time be playing with pride? The customer must be satisfied. Customer must be satisfied. Oh, by the way, we have a special sale on all together. Let me spray some on your head. Here we'll smell it together. It has the 3 elements of good perfume, attracted to the nose, invisible to the eye, and function. My wife has used it time and again. It's very appealing to us men. I use it myself every now and then.
All right, I'll take it.
Certainly, madam. Oh, Miss Ritter! Miss Ritter. That's 26 for the R. Green, there's your even for that bottle of money. One day, 3 for the hat, 1 for the time, and water shampoo. And then for the jar you're bringing back, that's 4 and 2. That's a total of 98 plus 4 and 2 for the jar. Out of 100. Ching-ching. Here's your change. 5 and 2. There you are. The biggest sale in several years, I believe. Thank you, madam. Please come again. I'm glad I could help you. Here is my card. Thank you, madam. Please call again. I would gladly grow a mustache if you like, Mr. Marichek. Oh, I would even think of giving up my bike, Mr. Marichek. For first class parking, Mr. Marichek, why not try
me? Very impressive. You even managed to shortchange me.
Mr. Marichek.
George!
What happened? He shot his own accidentally, he's cleaning his gun?
Parfumerie, will you leave us alone, please?
Are you in very much pain, Mr. Marichek?
The only place that doesn't hurt me is my shoulder, where I shot myself.
Well, is there anything I can do?
No, but there's something I've got to do. Something very important. If I could stand up, you know what I'd do? I'd walk over to you, grab you by the hand, and beg you to forgive.
Well, I forgive you, Mr. Marriage. Whatever happened, whyever it happened, I don't care.
You can't let me off that easily. I did a terrible thing to you, and there's no excuse. Well, there is one excuse. The jealousy of an old man.
Jealousy.
Poor George, still in the dark. I guess you're the only man in the world who's had an affair without even knowing it.
An affair?
You've been having an affair with my wife.
No, it's not true.
I have all the facts.
But it's not true.
I know it's not true. I know now. But a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I didn't know.
I don't believe you. Me and Mrs. Marichek, did you really think that?
That's just it, George. I didn't think.
I can't get over it.
Well, George, starting today, if you're willing, I'd like for you to take over the shop.
Of course I will. At least I'll work. Of course I'll come back.
Oh, and George, now that you're the boss, you want to give yourself a little raise.
Well, I'll have a little talk with myself. If I don't ask for too much, I may grant it.
The perfect executive. Now you better get going. Our pad tells me Miss Balash won't be coming in today.
Miss Balash, why not?
She's sick.
What's wrong with her?
We didn't say. But you'll have to manage without her. And you'll have one other clerk as well. So go die. I want you to fire her.
Fired?
Just give him 2 weeks' salary.
I didn't realize Mr. Kodai was that unsatisfactory. I mean, he works hard.
But at the wrong thing.
I'm not quite sure I understand.
If you ever run into Mrs. Marichek, perhaps she'll explain it to you. Well, George, I'm a bachelor again. Same as you. Maybe one night you'll take me to a cabaret.
Mr. Marichek,
I know. You never go to cabarets.
I'll be back later with a full report.
I'll be here.
Have you been thinking about me as a sales clerk?
Quite seriously, but there's one thing that puzzles me. You're so attached to your bicycle. How do you ever bear to part with it?
What if I didn't part with it? Altogether, I could be half delivery boy, half clerk.
Not bad. You just made a sale.
I did.
As of right now. And I guess we can't call you Arbat anymore. I don't even think I knew your last name. You do have a last name, don't you?
Laszlo.
Welcome to Marichek's, Mr. Laszlo.
Mr. Laszlo.
Oh, my name is Laszlo. How are you doing?
Come away, you cut me. Bye, Mr. Marriage.
Goodbye, Arbat. All night searching the floor, sailed on little sorrow. No one younger than I in days harder mine.
Balash. Balash.
Just a minute. Mr. Novak? Look.
Well, I was in the neighborhood.
Have you thought of something you forgot to say last night? Well, say it and get it over with. I'm not feeling very well today.
I know you're not. That's why I'm here.
You knew I was sick? How?
Well, this may come as quite a shock to you, but the fact is I'm back at Marichek's again.
Back at Marichek's.
As of this morning.
And you've come to see if I'm really sick, is that it?
No.
So you can tell everyone there's not a thing wrong with me.
No.
And I just don't care about my job.
No!
Well, Mr. Novak, you're not going to have that chance. What time is it? I won't be very late. We're
Sheldon. See for yourself.
What is it?
It's vanilla ice cream. It's the best thing in the world when you sing.
What? It's from Linder's. My mother works at Linder's. She may have waited on you.
Was she a small, stout woman?
Oh no. The image of me, everyone says. Only much younger looking. Oh, there's something wrong with this ice cream.
There is.
So much salt.
Are you surprised with all those tears falling into it?
You're right. I better cry in the other direction.
Miss Balash, why cry at all?
Oh, anyone would grab Mr. Novak. I'm like a rat dog. Somebody picked out all this company.
Well, you'll soon fill up again. Good as new.
Sheldon, I'm a very disillusioned girl, Mr. Novak.
You know, Miss Balash, I'll never forgive myself for last night at the cafe. I must have been drunk.
But strangely enough, you were right. When you said I never met the man I was waiting for. There's just so much of dramatic letters for me. Such glorious, glorious letters.
You never showed up.
I waited for closing.
I feel very responsible.
Oh no. It wasn't just you, Mr. Novak. There were so many other reasons why. Get it all? He would have explained the letter, no to it. Something.
You know what, Miss Balash? He will write.
Henri, no.
No, he will. I'm not just guessing. I know it definitely.
How?
He told me himself.
He? Himself?
Yes, of course. Dear friend, no one else.
What? What? How? Dear friend, don't tell me, Mr. Novak. Tell me.
Well, let's see now. You know, last night as I was leaving the cafe, I had the oddest feeling that someone was following me. And I kept turning around, and there was
A young man.
There was a man, and when I was about home, he came up and started asking questions about you and me.
What sort of question?
That's just the kind of you
But
expect.
I want to know the words he said.
Well, I'm not very good at remembering exactly.
Try! Please?
All right, now, well, I think the first thing he said was, "Excuse me, but I'd like to ask you a question," or something like that. And then he said, "Did you just leave the Cafe Imperial? You want to know what I said too?"
Of course.
All right, I said, "Yes."
And then?
And then he said, "That girl you were sitting with, is she some sort of special friend of yours?" In fact, those were his exact words, special friend. And then I said, "No, we just work in the same shop. As a matter of fact, she has an appointment with someone else here tonight." I remember it very clearly now, and I remember all of a sudden he looked quite sad.
He looked sad.
Quite sad, and then he said, "I know she's got an appointment. It's with me. But I've got to take the next train out of town on urgent business."
Urgent business. Is he a manufacturer or a shop owner, do you think?
It's hard to say. He certainly looked well fed.
Well fed?
To judge by appearances, of course, that's not so unusual in a man his age. You have some wonderful books here, Miss Balash. The red and the black. You know, I've been so anxious to read it. Could I borrow it sometime?
What did you mean, a man his age?
I beg your pardon?
You said it's not so unusual for a man his age. How old is he?
Well, you realize it was a dark night, and he had an exhausting day, emotionally at any rate. I'd guess his age at maybe 40s, well, 50, 60.
Oh,
You know, it's hard to say, really, impossible. Maybe if he had some hair. Have you read The Magic Mountain?
what?
The Magic Mountain. I bought it for myself for my birthday. I'd lend it to you if you'd like.
Is he completely old?
Miss Balash, does that matter? I thought you were in love with him.
Well, I am in love with him, Mr. Novak. I am. It's just, I thought, I hoped. I'm so ashamed of myself. As if appearances matter. The things that matter is the letters. Just look at the glorious works of art, the rapturous love stories that were written by elderly men, bald men, fat men with indigestion and terrible tempers, but inside they have magic, and that's a glory beyond estimation.
You put it very well, Miss
I
Balash.
feel very well. I feel marvelous. Oh, thank you for coming here tonight. Thank you for my life. I'm going to write to him this minute, so he'll have a letter waiting. But I won't mention you since that might be embarrassing.
Oh, yes, I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I'll head back to the shop.
Well, and I'll follow as soon as I've done the letter.
Oh, no, there's no need to do that. How about you take the day off, relax, read a book. Have you finished Anna Karenina yet?
Oh, yeah, it's a long time ago.
So did I, but it's remarkable how it stays with me. You see, every platform, every station platform with a train puffing in, it's Anna's platform, wherever it may be. And I can see her. I can actually see her come out of the crowd and walk slowly toward her bed. I've even tried to stop her a few times. She always vanishes into smoke and steam.
How odd, Mr. Novak, how very odd. You know, in one of his letters, oh, I wish I could show it to you.
You mean, dear friend had the same experience?
More than once.
Well, goodbye, Miss Balash.
Bye. Oh, may I tell you something quite sincerely? I like you, Mr. Novak. Really, I like you.
Thank you, Miss Balash. I'll see you in the morning.
In the morning. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream. He brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Imagine that, ice cream. And for the first time, we were together without a scratch. Friendly, he was so friendly. That isn't like him. I'm simply stunned. The wonders never cease. Little wonders never cease. It's been a most peculiar day. Little wonders never cease. Little wonders never cease. Oh. I am so sorry about last night. It's a nightmare. Nothing we put together. But I will have the last night someday. I sat there waiting in that cafe and never guessing that you were fat. Oh. That you were here. You were outside looking bald. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. Last night, I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it, but even so, that George is not like this George. This is a new George that I don't know. Somehow, it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Oh, right before my eyes, a man that I despise has turned into a man I love. It's almost like a dream, and strange as it may seem, he came to offer me
couldn't stand her, I wouldn't have her. I never knew her, but now I do. And I could, and I would, and I know. She loves me, and to my amazement, I love it. Know that she loves me. She loves me. She doesn't show it. Well, how could she when she doesn't know it? Yesterday she loathed me. Now today she likes me. And tomorrow, might she think from the urge to touch her. I'm speechless, or I mustn't tell her. It's wrong now, but it won't be long now before my love discovers that she and I are lovers. Imagine how surprised she's bound to be. She loves me. She loves me. I love her. Isn't that a wonder? I wonder why I didn't want her. I want her, that's something that matters. And matters are improving daily. Yesterday I loathed her, now today I love her. Woo! And tomorrow, I'm tingling, such delicious tingles. I'm trembling, what does that mean? Because it's cold out, and still I'm incandescent, and like some adolescent, I'd like to scroll on every wall I see. She loves me. She loves me.
Not so impressive. Too young, too skinny.
Well, I think he's beautiful. Welcome back, George.
Congratulations, George.
Excuse me, but I could use some help out there. We do have customers, you know. And that reminds me, I have to have a word with Mr. Kodak.
Isn't it wonderful?
Miracle, an absolute miracle, a word with Kodak.
Oh, who cares about him? That is all in the past.
It is?
Oh, yes. Ever since last night, do you remember what a silly and confused girl I was last night?
You were?
Oh, very. I didn't know where to go or what to do. Then all of a sudden, my feet started walking down the street, across the bridge, past the Metropole Cinema. And do you know where?
Where?
Right into the library.
You, the library.
Can you imagine?
Well, how did you like it?
You've never seen such a place. So many books. So much marble and so much light. Then all of a sudden, my confidence dribbled away with a pitiful laugh. My head was beginning to swim and my forehead was covered with cold perspiration. I started to reach for a book and my hand automatically came to a stop. I don't know how long I was frozen, a victim of panic and mortification. Oh, how I wanted to flee. When a kindly voice, a gentle voice whispered, and there was this huge, sweet, clearly respectable, thickly respectable man who stood by my side and quietly said to me, "Ma'am, don't mean to intrude, but I was just wondering, are you in need of some help?" I said no. Yes, I am. The next thing I know,
right now. Mr. Marichek's instructions.
Why? I mean, it's nice, but what happened?
I'm afraid I can't tell you.
I know. I warned him they'd catch up with him. Do you know that half the perfume and toilet water in this shop end up in this bathroom? I mean, he told me.
Well, now that everything's straightened out, I might as well tell you. I'm the one that wrote the anonymous letter. Good night, George.
Laszlo?
Yes.
What? Anonymous letter?
You don't know? The thing that caused all the trouble? I wrote to Mr. Marichek about his wife and one of our clerks.
I don't believe you.
I was desperate. Business was so bad. I thought if I wrote that, he would fire Mr. Kodai, who deserves it. And so he wouldn't fire me. Who doesn't?
Do you realize how much trouble you've caused because of that?
I do, and I'll regret it the day I die, but I never dreamed that he thought I meant you.
Well, I just hope you've learned your lesson, Laszlo.
I have. Believe me, I have. Next time, in the next letter, name the names.
Mr. Ritter, I'll need 2 weeks' pay for Mr. Kodai.
Here it is. Oh, no. My pleasure. Good day, madam. May I help you? Do you carry flowers to spring?
Mr. Sebos, guess what?
What?
I'm a clerk.
Well, congratulations, Aunt Pat.
Oh, and it's not our pet anymore. It's Mr. Laszlo.
Mr. Laszlo. Oh, that makes sense.
Thank you, madam. Please call again.
Miss Richard, may I introduce our new clerk, Mr. Laszlo?
It's true. Ask Mr. Marichek.
Oh, Arpad, how wonderful!
What's so wonderful?
I'm a clerk. Starting right now, a clerk.
Can you believe it? Stephen could got replaced by a delivery boy. Yes, Arpad, I'm leaving. I've just resigned. I wouldn't stay here another minute.
Good enough. You've just been fired.
All right. Believe that if it makes you happy, but you won't be happy for very long. Because any day now, that door will close for the last time, and I'll just take a walk right over to Hammerschmidt's.
Why? It's closed.
Only temporarily. They're going to have a new owner, Stephen Kodai.
Oh, some owner.
Nevertheless, it's true. Alona believes me. Don't you, darling?
Oh, of course I do. And here's your down payment.
Shut you. I owe you more than I can possibly repay. I won't forget. Give your wife a little kiss from Kodai. I never met her.
first day of Christmas,
On
my
the
true love
first day
gave
of
to
Christmas,
me.
my true love gave to me. My true love gave to me. Good morning, Mr. Novak.
Good morning, Miss Balash. How are you today?
I'm ready for thousands of customers.
Only 12 days to go. Drummers drumming,
12 drummers drumming,
11 pipers piping,
11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9, 9, 9, 9 days of Christmas, 9 days of Christmas, still time to do your Christmas shopping. It's the people shopping time, still no time to choose the people organize the time at their disposal. 9 days of Christmas, 9 days of Christmas, looking around to do your Christmas shopping. Shopping time and they can go to hell. Thank you, please call again too. Call again, thank you.
Are you in a very great hurry today, Miss Balash?
No, not at all.
Well, I was thinking maybe a cup of coffee on the way to the bus stop.
I'd like us to go back.
So would I. Maids and milk and salmon, swans a swimming, ski sleighing, fire. 4 days Christmas, 4 days Christmas, no time to do Christmas shopping. These the people shopping time, ready time, these the people calculating, planning for precision. 4 days Christmas, 4 days Christmas, those who never waste a second. So much really Christmas Eve, over to the goal, never early, never late, never worst of all. Thank you, please call again to call again.
What a day!
Just wait until the 24th. The
24th!
1 day to Christmas, 1 day to Christmas. No time to do your Christmas shopping.
Here it is!
Not bad.
Not bad. That's at least 18 inches longer than last year.
If only every day were Christmas Eve. Oh no, I don't think I could take it.
I waited on 53 customers personally.
If only Mr. Marichek could be here.
Well, I'll stop by the hospital tonight and take this with me. Well, that's love. It's about to happen. She's about to invite me over for Christmas Eve.
Ah, splendid!
My splendid, I can't go. Tonight's the night she's meeting dear friend.
But your dear friend,
That's just the point.
I give up. It's too complicated. You want to solve this? Shoot yourself.
Amalia, my friend is coming to pick me up. Will you let me know when he gets here? All right. Oh, Mr. Novak, Mother and I would be so happy if you joined us for Christmas Eve.
Oh, Miss Balash,
That's a very special Christmas Eve. Do you know who's going to be there? Dear friend.
Who?
Dear friend, the man who I've been corresponding with, remember?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I certainly don't want to intrude.
True. Oh, you'd be helping. After all, you know him. You met him, and you're so alike, really. He can help me when the conversation gets too deep for me. Please, Mr. Novak?
I just hope it isn't a mistake.
I know it's not.
Mr. Marichek, look who's here. It's Mr. Marichek.
Where else would I be Christmas Eve?
Merry Christmas, sir.
You did all that in one day.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas, Miss Balash.
Oh, I thought I heard your voice. Merry Christmas, Mr. Marichek.
Merry Christmas, Miss Ritter. Every time for a drink.
Champagne, oh, big time.
Mr. Marichek, so good to see you.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Seabox.
Merry Christmas.
Will you bring 6 cups?
Of course, sir.
Thank you.
I'll open it. I love opening champagne.
How do you feel, sir?
Fine. Excellent.
The goblet.
The champagne. God,
Toast, Mr. Marichek.
Christmas Eve. The shop. And all of us together. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. May I?
George.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what would you say to a gala dinner? I'm thinking that we go to some nice restaurant. Weber's, perhaps.
Wow, well, Mr. Marichek, I wish I could.
I'm sad. You understand.
Actually, I've been invited by Miss Balash.
It's not that important. Don't give it another thought, my boy.
I think it looks like. Oh, it is.
He's here, Miss Ritter's friend.
Isn't he handsome?
Intelligent
He
looking.
has beautiful eyes. Sit up, Tom.
Much better than Mr. Guy, I'll say that.
I love the way he walks.
Look at that coat, that hat. Is he rich?
I don't know. He has dimples. Oh, that settles it. Tonight, when he asks me to marry him, I'm going to say yes. Tonight? Alone, I had no idea. Oh, neither does he. Well, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Good evening.
I better get back to my house where my wife and children are waiting for me. And my wife's sister. And her children. And God knows who else. I'm gonna need this. Merry Christmas!
Come on, Patton.
Yes, sir.
Are you busy tonight?
No, sir.
Yes, you are. You're going to Weber's.
Weber's? What is it?
George, our Pat and I are going out for a night on the town.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas, Miss Balash. George.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Novak.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Laszlo.
I'm going to Weber's.
Tell me, Mr. Laszlo, is there anything special you'd like for Christmas this year?
It's too much to hope for.
But what is it?
I'm not going to get it anyway.
At least tell me what it is.
Well, what I'd really like, more than anything, is a motorcycle!
You're right, my boy. You're not going to get it.
Let me help you there. A cigarette box?
I know you hate them, but I rather like them. And I thought it's a gift for dear friend.
What if he's not smoking?
He likes music.
You know, Miss Balash, I don't hate these little boxes nearly as much as I used to. In fact, I wouldn't mind owning one myself.
You wouldn't?
Only to remind you of the first day you came. Remember? I'll never forget it. What kind of box, madam? Well, it's a candy box and it's, functional.
I was so terrified. And you were so awful. Did I really sound like that?
You sounded irresistible. As a matter of fact, I remember thinking to myself, why, that's the kind of girl I could almost fall in love with.
But you were so awful.
I know.
And you never said anything.
How could I? I knew the way you felt about me.
But you didn't. Really, you didn't because I was attracted to you. More than attracted.
As awful as I was.
What if you never spoke up?
And you.
Who knows what might have been?
I'm so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together, you and I will laugh at last night. Someday.
Dear